is important too. And it's my spirit. And it's funny because my ancestors, we were just talking about that a few days ago, about how a lot of people try to dog the ancestors and them being Christian and all that stuff. But, oh, and they had the Bible and they was all this whoop-de-woo. But a lot of times, my more elevated ancestors, they be like, we wasn't translating the Bible the way that y'all think we was. Like, they knew that the ancestors, they knew them people was trying to oppress them. They knew that. That's how they was able to hide. That's why they was able to hide. They already established spiritual practices inside of Christianity so well, because they're like, we know that you're trying to oppress us. We know that you're trying to dominate over top of us. Like, we're not dumb. Our ancestors wasn't dumb. Our ancestors was not dumb. I know that all the little hotep, fake woke ass motherfuckers will always want to talk about that shit, but they were not dumb. Let me see. What's the part of it? Like verse 5, behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. So that, like, to me, the way my ancestors translated that to me, that's like generational curses. Like, my mother in sin did my mother conceive me. You were born with the generational curses that came through your mother. You know what I'm saying? Through the womb of your mother. Baby, you were born into this world. You were born into a bloodline that had generational curses already attached to it, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the sin. Like, you know, your bloodline and your family operating against their own divinity. You know what I'm saying? That's what sin is. And even Jesus said that. Like, that whole sin thing was like, they were using that to control and shame us. It's rooted in shame. Anything that's rooted in shame, Spirit is saying question it. God is saying to question it. Anything that is trying to shame you and demonize you and you know, demean you, question that. Question that. Question that. Blot out my transgressions. That's why I love to use Psalm 51 for uncrossing, because uncrossing is not just about getting people's hex work off of you that, you know, they were hating on you and they threw you evil eye. But how me and my ancestors believe hexing is, hexes is like look how they treat Black Americans in society, in the programming they put into our minds and they put into the minds of other people. Those are hexes. The things that they tried to get us to believe about ourselves. Black, you know, you have dark skin, that you're ugly. If you have kinky, coily hair, you know, you have quote unquote nappy hair. Like, those are hexes. Those are hexes. So if you believe those things about yourself, using Psalm 51, that's gonna unhex you and uncross you. Because like when somebody, like when you're hexed, you're also crossed up. It gets very deep. Like, blot out my transgressions. That's like God, take away anything that does not belong to me, anything that goes against who you say I am, who you said who I am, who you created me to be. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. Cleanse me of anything that is causing me to act against my own divinity and my true divine nature. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. So that's them saying, like, I acknowledge that I have things that I need to work on. I acknowledge that I have limiting beliefs. I acknowledge that I'm battling against transgressions and the wickedness of my bloodline and of society. My sin is ever before me. Again, generational curses, things that have come before me, and I'm calling them out and I'm acknowledging them that they're there, and I want to do something about it. Right? This is the beginning of it. Against thee only have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight. Like, I'm perpetuating this out of unconsciousness. That thou mightest be justified when thou speak, and be clear when thou judgest. Like, God, I need you to come in and I need you to make it clear to me. Judge me clearly. Show me who I am truly. Show me that I am God. You know what I'm saying? Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. So when you came in and you was born into your family, you have you know what I'm saying? Like, they're molding you out of their own anti-divinity. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. So So reveal the true wisdom from within me, God. Show me from within. Make it clear to me what is mine and what is not mine. Yeah. And this is now where the uncrossing begins. Purge me with hyssop so that I may clean. Wash me so I shall be whiter than snow. So now strip it away, God. Cleanse me. Bring it back. Bring my divinity back to me. Strip that shit away. That don't belong to me. That was never mine to carry. Because I've already acknowledged that it's not mine. I've already acknowledged that it's generational curses and stuff before me. We have acknowledged it. So now that we are aware of it and we've acknowledged it, now let's move it out the way and reveal it to me specifically what it is, God. Show me and reveal that to me through my own wisdom, right? And wisdom also in the Bible is a divine feminine spirit, which is your intuition, right? So this is a strengthening of your intuition too, and you're getting that clarity. Why did he give me these relatives? Because you were a curse breaker, baby. Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all mine iniquities. So don't have me to reveal this to me, but hide my face from it. Let me not sit in the shame of it. There's no need to be ashamed of it because it was never mine. It was given to me, but it was not mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Better perspective, very helpful. I'm so glad that you're talking about it. I was like, let me get my ass up and go. Let's pull it up since we talk about it. Create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Again, renew a right spirit. Show me what's really true about me. Show me who I really am. Get my spirit back right. Reset me back to the divinity, reset me back to the divine being who I was when I first got here, before society lied to me, before my family lied to me about the, you know what I'm saying? All of the untruths. Let me see. Cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Like, stay close to me, God. Stay close to me. Keep my divinity close to me. Help me to remember that I am divine. Do not leave me. Do not leave me. Do not leave my side. Let me not forget, God. Deliver me from blood guiltiness. Blood guiltiness is also the generational curses. Deliver me from blood guiltiness, O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. Like, I give gratitude to you, God. Thank you for delivering me from these generational curses. Thank you for, it's just gratitude. Like, God, thank you for showing me. Thank you, God, for leading me. Thank you, God, for helping me to remember who I truly am, who you truly made me to be. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. More gratitude. And I will go out and I will tell people about it. I will spread the good word about it as well. But thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. Like, God is like, you ain't got to do too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? God is like, you just come to me with your broken heart. You come to me with your what you're feeling, your emotions, and I will fix it for you. I will show you what's true. I will mend your broken heart. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart, oh God, that will not despise. So God is not going to turn away from you because of these things. God is going to help you lean more into that. God is going to show you compassion. God is going to help you to see who you truly are. God is not going to shame you for these things. God will not despise. I will not despise you for these things. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Reinforce this in my spirit, God. Reinforce this. Protect me from anything that tries to come against me after we've done this work. Because they'll come against you. You do your uncrossings and things are going to come back up. And then that's when you remember, like, hey, God, you know what I'm saying? Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering. Then shall they offer bullocks upon thine altar. That part, I'm like, how do I translate that? Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness. He's proud of us. With burnt offering and a whole burnt offering. Then shall they offer bullocks upon thine altar. That part, I don't really know how to translate. But y'all, I hope that's better. I hope that's better, baby. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, baby. I was doing an uncrossing a few days ago, and I had to pause before reading 51. I'm going to try again. Yeah, try again. Because when I first started working it, I was like, born in sin. Who? I was assigned the same thing. I'm so glad, Lady Kikyo. Do you believe in magic, hoodoo, and any advice for a beginner? Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. And speaking of magic slash hoodoo, my ancestors referred to hoodoo as God's magic. I absolutely do. Listen, once you start studying, getting your ancestors, and you started to know that they was using that magic and stuff to get themselves free, baby, you ain't got no choice but to believe in it. The fact that I'm still here, I believe in it, baby. The fact that my ancestors fought and died and came out of some shit like that, 400 plus years of oppression and slavery, I believe wholeheartedly, baby. Because they had to lean on something. They had to. God gave, and this is what my ancestors told me, God gave us hoodoo to fight back and take our freedom. Because as a God, when you are born under God, when you believe in the Most High God, the Most High God is love, unconditional love, and it is sovereignty. You are born love, you are born free, you are born sovereign. Anything that is not aligned with that is not of God. Period. Point blank, period. I started reading out loud. I was like, never mind. No facts. I understand, and they understand. I felt the same way when I started working with that verse, but my ancestors was like, stay in it. Hold on now. Wait a minute. We're going to show you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you. So as I started working it, reading it more and more, that is what started to come through to me. Okay? But I'm so glad it helped, because Psalm 51 is very powerful in uncrossing. When I need to do an uncrossing, that's my go-to. That's my go-to, baby. Or if I don't have the energy or the muster to read the Psalms, I just say, God, cleanse me, wash me, and make me whole. Cleanse me, wash me, and make me whole, honey. Reset me, baby. Get me back right. Just get me back right. I don't know what's going on, but get me back right, please. Get me back right, man. Yeah, try it again. And that's a part of deconstructing. Everybody has their journey, you know what I'm saying? But there's power in prayer, there's power in the Psalms, there's power in that word, honey. There's power in it. Our ancestors used that for a reason. And especially now that they're all transitioned over, baby, they're gonna show you how to work it. They're gonna show you how to work that word. They're gonna show you, baby. They're gonna show you to read the Bible in a new light. Absolutely. I'm so glad, honey. Because one thing about it, that's the first thing my ancestors, they said, baby, you better get in that word. You better fight back. Go find this verse. Go find this one. Go read this one. Or they'll send me a TikTok. I'm like, ooh, I think I need to go read that one. So glad you went live today. Such a blessing. I'm glad. Look, my people, they guided me. They guided me to do it. We've been ripping and running all day today. I looked up, it's 2:30. I said, God damn. Me deconstructing Christianity be having me feel like prayer is useless. No, baby. Absolutely not. You're welcome. You're welcome. I might even go in and clip that part of me breaking down Psalm 51, and I might post that. But yeah. I'm so glad, because yeah, baby, there's power in the word, honey. There's power in there. Because you gotta, and that's what's funny too about this whole people going back to Christianity thing, and this is the conversation that me and my ancestors had. Now do I think now that I'm seeing it more clearly, I think there is some little bit of scamming and some grifting going on. That was not the point of the whole what was happening. But now that we're having the conversation about Christianity and spiritual TikTok things, they just so woke, and they think they're just so much better than people for not being Christian. My ancestors was breaking it down to me. They're like, why do you think so many people are drawn to Christianity specifically? It's like, when you read that Bible, it's very clear that shit is esoteric as hell. It's very, you can't be the only ones who needed to hear that. Okay, that's confirmation. I'm gonna go through and clip it. The power of life and death is in the tongue. For sure. First time catching you live, and I was meant to hear everything you said. Thank you for being here, Pamela. I'm so glad. I'm obedient, God. I'm obedient. I'm so grateful. They was like, we need you to go live ASAP. I'm like, all right. So here we is, honey. Here we is. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. The Bible is very esoteric. And they was like, think about it. You got you got burning talking bushes. You got Jesus walking on water. He's performing miracles. He's raising people up from the dead. He's dying and coming back in 3 days. We got the ark. Magical floods are happening. People is getting raised up from the dead. Jesus is feeding people with 5 loaves of bread and some fish fry. Like, they were like, does this not sound like a mythical book of magic to you? You got Moses parting the Red Sea and conjuring up shit, talking and burning bushes and shit. This is the most fantastical fairy tale ass book ever. This shit is magical. It's and then you get into the esoteric principles and the manifestation of it. I mean, duh, that's why people are drawn to it, because the Bible was written from inspiration from a whole lot of ancient spiritual texts, and then they used all that stuff to compose the Bible. So yes, that's why people are drawn to it, even if they are using it in a dogmatic way, you know. I'm like, look at how y'all act. Y'all can't point the finger at nobody. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Y'all act the same way. Y'all not finna sit here and act like y'all didn't come over from Christianity and just did the same thing, but just in a different font. Like, we not finna sit here and act like that. And that's why I can't respect half of the people on spiritual TikTok, because I'm like, y'all don't keep it real. Like, let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Right, turning water into wine and shit. Exactly. What the hell? Time you're alive and I almost scrolled, but I know the ancestors led me here. Shout out to the ancestors. Ashe. Dear kid, I needed to break that down, but school was more concerned about mass. Yeah, that's that wickedness and that principalities in the high places. You got people who they forgot who they was, and then they get a hold of something that is supposed to empower you, but they use it in the wrong way. Anything could be used that way. You could use your tarot cards that way. I mean, hello, I think we see people doing that. When you're dealing with humans, you're going to deal with people who want to dominate and control other people. That's not just Christianity's fault. You have humans using a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? This is humans doing this. The same way people misconstrued Jesus' message, and then they got turned into, now we hate Jesus. I'm like, well, what's y'all beef with Jesus? I'm like, because Jesus was a realer than a whole lot of y'all, baby. Jesus stood on business, honey. I don't know why y'all hating on Jesus. I never, even when me transitioning over into spirituality, my ancestors made sure, don't shit on Jesus. Jesus was real as fuck, honey. Jesus stood on business more than a whole lot of y'all. He was realer than a whole lot of y'all, so don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all want to make fun of fucking Christians for believing in the rapture, but not y'all was talking about the Anunnaki was going to come back in the mothership to come get y'all. Y'all waiting on the mothership. Doesn't that just sound like the rapture in a different font? That sounds like the rapture to me. That sounds like Christians waiting on Jesus to come back and you waiting for the Anunnaki. What does that sound like? But you think you're better than them because it's not Jesus. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You wait on the Anunnaki to come back in a spaceship? Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, brother. What was your experience working with Lucifer? Confidence. He helped me a lot with my confidence. He helped me a lot with my confidence. He's the light bringer, the morning star. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times this stuff it's written in code. And my ancestors also helped me to realize too that a lot of stuff was purposely written and phrased in a way to like where if you don't have the right intentions, if you don't have the right heart posture, you're gonna purposely misconstrue and interpret it in a way that it was not meant to be interpreted. And those who have the heart to see, you're gonna pick up what's being put down. You're gonna see it in a different way. Working with a deity like Aphrodite, what would you recommend that with? If you're black, I would work with your ancestors first. I would work with your higher self. I mean, I've worked with Aphrodite. It's cool, but I noticed with like the Greek deities and stuff, they don't really have me. My ancestors don't really have me work with them. Y'all gotta be careful with it. It's very. The deities, that's a whole different conversation. His ego got him booted out of the pearly gates. It's really the big family feud in history. But you gotta understand too, like, it's like, oh, he rebelled against God. Which God? You know what I'm saying? Which God? Like, there's so many gods. And it's just like, if we're all equal, then like, why are you trying to be the more dominant one? You know what I'm saying? It kind of sometimes gives like it gives scapegoat. Like, you know, it gives scapegoat. Like, let's demonize you and make you out to be the bad guy when really you were just trying to stand up for what was right. Like, you're not gonna dominate over top of me like you're the only God. Like, you're the supreme God. And then when I'm like, hey, I'm not fucking with that, you try to overthrow me. You and everybody else try to overthrow me. It really does give like narcissistic dynamic. Like, think about being the black sheep of your family. They're gonna always make you out to be crazy. Like, once you get into spirituality and they start demonizing certain things, I start to kind of walk in that direction, because who is demonizing who and why? You know what I'm saying? Who's demonizing who? Who's demonizing who? I think Lucifer's whole point was like, man, I think we're all gods. Like, we're all gods. Like, you're not about to dominate over top of me. You're not in charge. And then when other people want to get on board with the narcissist, guess who they exile? The person who was like being truthful. You know what I'm saying? Ask me how I know. The person who speaks out against the shit, the person who's like, hey, I'm not going for that. I don't want to be down with this program. Oh, well, it's fuck you. It's fuck you. And we're going to go around and slander you. It really gives narcissists, bro. It always gave narcissists. It always gave narcissists. Always. It always gave narcissists. He had me watch the show Lucifer too. And from what he told me, that show is actually very, very accurate. The story is very, very accurate. So he's like, fuck it. I'm going to just come down to earth and do my own damn thing. Fuck it. I know who I am. I don't care what you say about me. He's very kind. He was very kind. But yeah, you got to question like, who's demonizing who? Why are we all like, why is everybody all of a sudden all on board with just coming against that one person? You know what I'm saying? You got to question that. What's y'all's motive? What's y'all's intention? You know what I'm saying? And as a black sheep of a narcissistic family dynamic, I resonate with Lucifer. I get it. You ain't got to explain it to me, because I see it. I've lived it. I watched Lucifer and I knew it. First of all, it's just a great show, period. Lucifer was a really good show. I watched all the seasons, bitch. But yeah, he actually led me to that show. I was like, how accurate is it? He's like, it's accurate as fuck. Like, he helped them make that show. He helped them make the show. Did you make an offering or altar for him, or you just simply prayed to him? I didn't have an altar for him. I would put like an apple out for him or whatever. But really, the offerings he wanted was just like, do shadow work. I noticed with the infernals and stuff, because he kind of borders between an angel and an infernal. He kind of teeters that line. Especially like Lilith. Lilith, I would consider her more of an infernal. But the way he would come through to me, it was like half infernal, half angel. You know what I'm saying? I haven't finished it. Yeah, it was good. It was a good show. But either I might have to go back and watch again. Yeah, if you feel called to, I would watch a few episodes on the regular. Period. I remember it was so funny. I remember one time he started hanging around again, and I went to a bar. Why the fuck they were playing the show Lucifer at the bar? I'm like, what? That's so crazy. Can you post this somewhere? What, this live? It's too long. I can chop things up into clips though. Like, TikTok will save all your lives for like 30 days. Like, each live, it'll save it 30 days from when you went live. And I can go in and like chop things up. And it'll let you make it like, you know, as a TikTok. I've done that before. I think I might do that with the Psalms 51 thing. But yeah, child. Oh, okay, Spirit wants to say this about the deities. It's okay to work with the deities. Like, especially how when I first started working with them, when I first started, if my ancestors started to kind of make me feel like, if they started to think that like, okay, you're interacting with these deities as if they're outside of you and you're trying to use them for validation, or you just see them outside of yourself, like, oh, I need to talk to you because I don't trust myself, or oh, what would this deity say, or what would that deity say, or I need this deity's help because I don't know. Then that's when they cut me off. That's when they're like, okay, pull back from it. Let's rework this. These deities are like not outside of you. These are archetypes that come to you at certain times to help you work with certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I find if you work with deities and you find yourself wanting to worship them and like overgive, and you see them outside of yourself, that's not the right way to approach it. I would pull back from it. Oh, I like the perspective. I don't work with deities. Hey, Miss Sasha. Hey, yeah. That's how my spirits have been over the years. They're archetypes that are supposed to be worked with. So when you find that a deity is like reaching out to you, really it's like as within, so without. So there's a certain wheelhouse that spirit has kind of dominion over and has authority to help you with. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Aphrodite might start reaching out to you, or you might start feeling the pull to kind of work with that energy because you want to do more glamour work, or you need help with your confidence and your beauty and stuff like that. You know? It depends. Yeah. But my ancestors are very like, keep it cute. And also too, that if I started to kind of neglect my ancestors, they're like, hold on, pull it back. Pull it back. Don't forget about us. That's why I feel drawn. Probably. I would sit with your people and see. I feel a few around, and I know who's in my court, but I don't approach them at all. My ancestors are heavy and fierce. One is known to pop up on people. Yeah, especially being a black person, they'd be like, look, keep it cute. Because sometimes certain deities will pull you so far in a direction, you definitely got to use your discernment. You got to use your discernment with some of them, because sometimes if they outside your bloodline, they outside of your spiritual court, I ain't gonna lie, they might have their own intentions. That have nothing to do with you. So you gotta be careful. You live and you learn, baby. You live and you learn. Could never do that. Yeah. I'm new here. How do you know who your spirits were? How did you know you was on the right path? Ooh, child. Well, baby, it don't hurt to ask. One thing about it don't hurt to ask. Hey, y'all. Who all here? Who all here? And over time, you'll start to kind of you'll get more clarity. I did notice that, like, in the beginning of my journey, the more shadow work and stuff that I did, eventually over time, my spiritual gifts opened up and I was able to, like, receive the information and get more clarity. It takes practice. I'll say it, be patient. It don't happen overnight, child. This stuff that I'm replaying and I'm like, oh yeah, this is how I figured this out. It took years of trial and error and just working with my spirits, y'all. It's a journey, baby. It's a journey. And don't be afraid of getting it wrong. Do you make commands to the ancestors? I heard you have to be stern with them. I'll say this too. They don't like that begging shit either. I'll say that they do like it when you stand in your power. They do. Because when I come to my certain ancestors, I be begging them. I'm like, help me now. Ignore the fuck out of me. I'm talking about, boop, shut the door. I'm talking about, I could see them standing there like, now you know better than that. You know better than that. I had a situation the other day with my mom, and it was like I had to snatch my power back, but I wanted them to do it for me because I was like, my inner child came out, and it was like, bitch, are you scared of her? This bitch is doing evil, wicked shit against you. You better not be afraid of going toe to toe with this bitch, knowing what the fuck she do to you and how she feeling her narcissistic ass. Don't you dare. They're like, bitch, you better snatch your power back from her. Don't be scared of no confrontation. You better do what you need to do. Because I wanted them to kind of handle it for me. And one of my spirits straight up told me, big old tall spirit, they was like, no. I got so mad, but that was the best thing that they could have did, was told me no. And they got it. They was like, do this. And I went and did it. Oh, she was pissed. I got my energy back the fuck. I got my energy to fuck back though. I got my energy back because she was trying to be slick. It was some weird, wicked shit going on. It was bothering me. I'm like, oh, she thinks she's slick. So I call my spirits for help. I'm like, oh, help me do this, dude. They're like, no, you're gonna do it. I was like, oh, I did it though. I'm glad I did. I felt so good afterwards. I felt good. So yeah, they don't. Yeah, I would say just be respectful. Be careful. Be careful with it. But they do like it when you stand in your power. This is why Apollo makes me nervous. I know he's around, but I don't know his motives. Yeah, I would keep it with your spirits, honey. I did therapy for 10 years and noticed my spiritual gifts got stronger over time. See, pulling back those shadows and those layers. That's that shadow work. That's that shadow work, baby. And that happens too. Like, that's a part of you doing the work. So when your spirit's seeing you do the shadow work, they see you doing the healing, they see you checking your ego and going within, what happens over time is like your spirits will they'll crank those spiritual gifts up. Like, okay, she's ready. Crank it up. Because with more power comes more responsibility. So if you living out of your ego and your shadow, you got to be able to handle this power that we give you. We can't unleash it all at once, because you might be the type to be all egotistical, thinking you big and bad, and that's not what this is for. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta make sure you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you're ready in your heart. I gotta make sure that heart posture ready. I mean, that's what I do, period. Are your clarity readings alive? I do readings a lot, but I absolutely do one-on-one readings for sure. Period. She has boo. What you talking about? I be pissed when I feel them so quiet, but then I remember who I am and put that left hand to work. Exactly. That's how they do. Sometimes when they get quiet, they're like, what you finna do? How you finna act? Bust a move, shot it. That's how it be. They get quiet on you. They like, what you finna do? You see it. We see it. Now what? Don't look over here. You know what to do. Why do so many of us have narc mothers? Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against wickedness and principalities of high places. But sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes people, how narcissists are made is like, the narcissist started out as the empath, and they just couldn't course correct. The narcissist was the empath who couldn't course correct. The narcissist was the empath who couldn't see themselves clearly, and they couldn't reconnect back to their humanity. They couldn't heal. They couldn't do the healing and the compassion work that they needed. They couldn't do it. So, baby, they became the person that hurt them. They became the person that hurt them. They did. That's how I feel about my uncle, the way he was trying to work us. Boy, please. Ooh, see me, them goddamn family members. I'm telling you, golly. Feeling better. I know that's right, Angel. You went to took you a spiritual bath, period. You did it on Monday, too. Shout out to them roads being open. Interesting take. Yeah, man. It's my perspective. You know, me and my ancestors, we be over here working, child. One thing my ancestors gonna do is you gonna sit down and do the work, baby. You gonna sit down and do the work. That's why when I come on here and I be talking my shit, I be hollering and I be screaming. That's passion. That's passion. That's me feeling like justice need to be served, bitch. Because one thing, we don't get to come on here and talk and run our mouth if we ain't walking the walk. Anything that I share, anything that I give insight on is tried and it's true, and I have permission and clearance to say it. Okay. They couldn't, or they chose not to. They chose not to. They chose not to. Why do you feel like some ancestors won't identify themselves but still help you? A lot of them don't want to identify themselves. Ooh, damn, I just spit. It must be because I'm spitting. To my understanding, kind of what they have told me is that they don't really want us to get so caught up in who is who all the time. They want us more so to just be able to recognize their voice and their guidance, more so than like, is this Uncle James? Is this Aunt Sally? There's a time and a place for them to specifically identify themselves. But for more often than not, they really just want us to be able to just receive the guidance and trust ourselves. And also they don't want us to too heavily lean on them. Some of our ancestors, they don't want that. Like, they don't want to be idolized. They're like, And sometimes truly too, they can't, like, there's no way for them to be able to tell you who they are, because who knows who this ancestor is. They might be from way back from somewhere. I have a name that you can't pronounce. I have a name that you won't be able to, I can't channel that to you. So let's not even worry about it. Do you hear me talking to you or not? That's what's important to them. Are you listening or not? Do you trust us and trust yourself or not? That's what they want. It's spitting bars, literally. It's frustrating because I'm interested in my family tree and want to know more about them. That'll come. That'll come. That'll come. I was telling y'all earlier in live that I connected with one of my uncles, my grandmother's younger brother, my uncle Elwood, excuse me. Child be fucking a name up, honey. My uncle Elwood. The first thing I do is I Google their name, honey. His obituary came right up. Like, when they want you to know who they are, you'll know when it's time. But you can Google that, you know, you can Google them. You can ask your living relatives and stuff about who was who and who was the healer, or who did y'all go to for this, or who had gifts and talents in this area, or, you know, you can ask. You can, you know. If you really want to know, you can just sit in a meditation, or you can ask your spirits, like, hey, I want to know more about the family tree. Like, point me in the right direction. And they'll show you. I hear my grandpa all the time. That's how I know. Period. See? I believe this 100%. We don't need to know their names. Just know they are there and guiding us. Period. And like another girl, she was like, she did the math, and she was like, you have 2 grandparents on one side, you have 2 grandparents on the other side, you have 4 grandparents, 4 great-grandparents, and then she multiplied that number all the way back, and she was like, you have X 10,000, 100,000 ancestors, like, and they're all living within you. You're not gonna know them. You're not gonna know who they are at all. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna know them. I had a dream one time where, like, I walked through this room, and then I went to the other side, and it was like this stadium, like an auditorium, but it was like an auditorium stadium. And I'm talking about, if I had to put a number, I was like, look at all these motherfuckers. It was like watching this movie on the screen. I was like, what are y'all watching? I'm looking like, what the hell movie is this? I forgot what movie they was damn watching. But it's like, it was thousands of them. If I had to guess a number, it was at least 10,000 people in that room. And I knew intuitively in the dream, they were all my ancestors. Because I was getting mad. I'm like, why don't you be coming through my dreams or whatever? So when they all showed up like that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers. It's a lot of y'all. And that was just them saying, like, we here. We here. We here. We here. We here. Okay? We here, baby. We here. Okay? When you look in the mirror, you see us. We are you and you are us. I also feel like me working on my family's genealogy helped me connect even further with them. Definitely, that's definitely a part of ancestral veneration. It's just figuring out who's who. You might find some interesting fun facts, you know? You know? I just let them have me, just guide me, and then I just stumble across stuff, and then I go from there. There's a few spirits who come through, the ones who were alive at the same time as me. Yeah, like my Uncle Elwood. I didn't realize that he died in 2001, the day after my 6th birthday. So he died May 10th, 2001. I was born May 9th, 1995. Baby, when I seen that last night, I just cried. I said, so you did know me. I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried. And he made me intuitively feel like my 6th birthday happening, and then the day afterward he passed away. He was 46 too. I was like, damn, you were young? I said, what happened? He said, a heart attack. I said, damn. That's common in the family. Let me check myself. Make sure my heart is good. But he made me feel like there was something spiritually significant about that. I was like, wow. I'm weak. Y'all are funny. I don't channel, but my sister does, and she's described as seeing them the same way in a stadium. Ooh, wow. Shout out to your sister. I think that's so cool that you're a twin too. I love twins. I know so many damn twins. When I first started venerating my ancestors, so many of them introduced themselves in my dreams. Yeah, they'll come through in dreams and stuff. And a lot of times what my people told me is, like, sometimes those random people that are in your dreams that just seem like they're random characters, sometimes those are your people. Like, they seem like they're just hanging out in the background, and they're just like a part of the storyline of the dream, but they're not really a part of it. They're just there. Like, sometimes those are your people or your guides or whoever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't, you don't know them, because you don't really know what they look like. So they just kind of show up as whatever they could use in your mind. Sorry, y'all. When I get to channeling, my nose is, that's how it happens. So sorry, y'all. I ain't sick, I promise. He passed at the hospital you were born at. See? Baby, one thing I know about it, honey, when I see a family, when there's a death in the family, and man, my spirit is so crazy how it happens. When I see people and there's a death in the family, there's usually a birth. There's usually a baby that is born shortly after. Or if there's a baby that's born in the family, I do notice that eventually somebody in the family passes. It's like somebody comes in and somebody leaves. That happened in my family too. Like, we had the first great grandchild be born in the family. My cousin, who's closest in my age, my first cousin Jordan, him and his girlfriend had a baby. My cousin Caden, he's a very special baby. He's super fucking advanced. I'm talking about smart as a motherfucker, bitch. He's probably, how old is Caden? He was born in 2021. So he just turned, damn, his birthday's coming up too. He just had a birthday year's coming up. He's about to be 5 or 6. But I'm talking about he's advanced like a 12-year-old. Like, he's like 5 or 6, but he's advanced like he's 10 years old, bro. Like, but he was born, and then maybe 2 years later, my grandma passed. Yeah. But that's very significant that he passed away at the hospital you was born at. It's like a portal closing and then one opening, or one opening and then closing. Like, it's just, it's significant. Yeah, the universe knows how to keep the balance, baby. The universe knows how to keep a balance. Actually, a joke now for me to never get pregnant again. They do, man. They come right back. When Jocelyn said the grandma is the baby, I feel like she slipped up when she said that. Like, you know, Jocelyn is just funny anyway in the way she talks. But, like, I feel like that was, like, a Freudian slip, but it was really, like, truth that was coming in. Like, when she said the grandma is the baby, that is dead fucking true. Like, y'all, I had a guy that I was talking to one time, and we hung out a couple times or whatever, and I hadn't seen him in a while or whatever, but we were still, like, you know, keeping up on Instagram. So, you know, fast forward a couple years or whatever, he ends up getting another girlfriend. But kind of like around that time, like, his dad passed away, and I was like, man, you know, like, my condolences. I was like, and it's crazy because, like, I got the download that his dad was gonna pass away, and like within that year his dad had passed away, and I'm like, damn. So his dad passes away, and then guess what, him and his girlfriend had a baby. He posted posted the videos of like the maternal shoot or whatever. They had a cute little maternity shoot, and my spirit was like, you know that's his daddy, right? I said, the daddy is the baby. His dad was like, hold on, I'm coming back. Run it back, bitch. Run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. No, she really ate that when she said that. That's funny. And the same thing, speaking of my little cousin Kaden, my cousin, his dad, the first cousin who had the baby, his daddy, Kaden's daddy, he's a Pisces. Him and his girlfriend, they're Pisces. But my cousin Jordan, he's very intuitive. Like that Piscean energy. He's very, very, like, they're into the spiritual woo-woo stuff too. Like both of them. Like when they came to visit, I was like, bro, let's go to the crystal top. It's up the street, whatever. So we all went, you know what I'm saying? But like, we was at the bar one day and we was chatting. You know how niggas get drunk. We just start talking about random shit. So, and then we close in age. So we've always been kind of close. You know what I'm saying? We could just chat about whatever. So he's like, man, see, like, I'm telling you, he's like, I don't want you to think I'm crazy, but like, he's like, when I look at Kaden sometimes, he's like, our granddaddy, my mom's stepdaddy, he passed in 2015 and Kaden was born in 2021. He was like, man, he's like, Sid, I don't want to sound crazy, but he's like, when I look at Kaden, sometimes I get grand vibes. Grand, that's what we called our granddaddy. We called him Grand, short for granddaddy. He was like, no. I was like, no, you're not crazy. Like, I know exactly what the fuck you talking about because I remember, fucking story time. I remember when Kaden was like 3. He was like 2 or 3. We was at my grandma's house down in Greensboro. And my spirit, like, at this time too, like, and I noticed too, like, when I would go to my grandma's house, the ancestors would really, really channel me. When I go back to North Carolina, back to that homeland, back to North Kakalaki, baby, the spiritual gifts is heightened. I'm getting all kind of downloads. The ancestors is hella close. So my granddaddy, he started to come through. He started to come through a whole lot. And he kept making me feel like he kind of like reincarnated as my cousin a little bit. Like he kept making me feel like he was Kaden. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, he just kept making me feel like that. So I tested it out one day. Kaden is mad smart. I forgot what I said. I forgot if I asked Kaden to blink or if I asked him to like say something. But like, and Kaden is like, he's very kind of shy and reserved a little bit. Like he'll follow his parents around everywhere. So like, I was like, Gran, if you're Kaden, like if you're kind of low-key reincarnated as Kaden, get him to come in this room to me. So what the fuck? I'm sitting in my cousin's room and Kaden come around that corner and comes into the room and I'm laying on my cousin's bed just chilling. And Kaden comes up to the bed and is like, Sydney. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm like, Kaden, are you Gran? I said, if you're Gran, look me in my face and tell me that you're Gran. Like, at this point, I'm telepathically communicating with my cousin. I'm like, if you're Gran, like, tell me that you're Gran. Like, tell me. He was just looking at me. He's like, I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, oh my fucking God, bitch. Oh my fucking God. I didn't notice the pattern until baby number 4. Bruh, it's crazy. I feel like sometimes they come back to be parented and healed by us. They absolutely do. Ding, 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 ding. That's exactly what they do. Bringing so many change this generation. And that's exactly why they do it. They want to be our children. They want to be our children because we've done the work. So they know it's safe that they can come in and do what they need to do and, you know, live a life that they never lived before, that they didn't get to live last time. They get a nice fresh do-over. You know what I'm saying? They get to pick up where they left off, but in a better way. My baby. So when my cousin told me that, he was like, bro, Kaden kind of gives me grand vibes. I don't know if I'm tripping. I'm like, you're not tripping. You're not tripping, bro. You're not. I believe it bad. I feel like my mom was my sister in a past life. Oh, yeah. The moms and stuff? Hell yeah. Me, my mom, and my aunts and stuff. Like, my mom and her sister and their aunt, which is, like, she's low-key, like, a sister to them because she's only 9 years older. Because my grandma had my mom young. She had my mom when she was 17. And my grandma is the oldest out of all 4 of the siblings, and then the aunt that I'm talking about, she's the baby of the family, but there's only a 9-year difference between my mom and that aunt, so they really kind of grew up as like sisters, which is not a coincidence. But I really felt like me and my mom was definitely sisters in a past life. You know what, with me and my mom, I feel like the roles might have got reversed. Either we were flipped, I was her mom last time and she was my sister, or she was my daughter, or we were sisters. And not only were we sisters, I feel like I was sisters with the aunts too. I feel like we were all sisters. And them bitches betrayed me. Them bitches betrayed me, bitch. Because my ancestors told me, because like the spiritual warfare that was coming against me from all of them, my ancestors told me early on years ago, they was like, you're finishing what you didn't get to finish last life. So what they're doing to you now, they were successful in the last life. Like them trying to take you out, they were successful in the last life. But this time around, they're not going to be successful, and you're going to defeat it this time. So basically it's like when you play a video game and you die, and then you get to start the video game over, either at the same spot where you died at, or you just get to restart the level. That's how they explain it to me. They're like, bitch, no, you died in the last life. So this realm, you're gonna win and beat the level. And I was born on the 9th day, so I know that I'm closing out this karmic cycle. Bitch, I will not be back to do this again. My ancestors is like, bitch, we got better shit to do. We're not doing this again for a long time. We got other shit to do somewhere else. Y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. We did what we needed to do, and we will not be back. Good luck, bitch. Started as a kid, people mention I look like their grandma, and my kid mom says I look like my grandma. What can I say about my energy? The ancestors are you. The ancestors are you, and you are them. Sometimes it's like DNA and genealogy, just how the genes work out, and sometimes it is like a spiritual kind of manifestation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, this is my last time as well. Hey, live your life to the fullest while you're here. Do what you need to do, baby. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do, honey. Child, because I see some people in my family right now. I'm like, oh yeah, you for sure coming back, because your ass is trifling, bitch. You are trifling. I be talking shit to my family. I be telling them, they be trying to take pictures of my altar and stuff. The girl, they was taking pictures of my altar and they was trying to go and show my grandparents, trying to act like I was being demonic and all this stupid ass shit. Child, I said, see, so when your ass died, don't come asking me for shit because you're not getting it, bitch. You won't even be able to be near me with your raggedy ass. Don't ask me for shit. I ain't putting no ribs or no Popeyes out for none of y'all bitches. Don't ask me for a goddamn thing. Don't ask me for nothing. You're not getting it, bitch. And I mean it. you not getting goddamn nothing. Don't ask me for no cornbread, no beads and rice, bitch. You not getting it, bitch. And you gonna sit way over there and you gonna watch. If you even get to watch. Don't ask me for shit. Gotta run a strict program. Facts. It'd be funny, like, when you start getting locked in with your people, they gonna really show you what's what. Like, my grandma on my dad's side, my dad's mom, I was like, now when she passed, what's she gonna be like? What's she gonna be able to do? They was like, we might be able to use her, but she gonna have to do some work first. They was like, we'll see. I was like, ooh. They was like, we might be able to use her, but she gonna have to do some work first. It's gonna be a while first for her. We'll see. If she willing to do the work, we'll see. But she gonna have to do some work first. I was like, oh, that's fair. That's fair. No pictures were taken though. Yeah. They be trying to tell me, and I be like, damn, am I wrong? Should I take the altar down? My ancestors be like, we wish the fuck you would take that damn altar down, knowing that they didn't went and paid practitioners to do witchcraft against you, and then they got the nerve to try to say what you doing is demonic. Girl, if you don't get out of our face with that shit, we wish the fuck you would take that altar down, bitch. Cause I'm like, well, damn, should I? You know? They be trying to act like I gotta respect the household. My ancestors was like, we wish the fuck you would take that altar down. And the only reason they scared of you and that altar is because they know what they're doing to you. That's the only reason they want you to take it down, bitch. Because they're doing what they think you're doing to them is what they're doing to you. Like, bitch, be saying some psalms and some prayers and light some candles is not bothering you unless it needs to. Don't make me get Portia Psalm 109. Don't make me go get my Psalm 135. Don't make me go get Big Mama, bitch. Don't make me call Portia. Don't make me call Portia, bitch. They be sitting there like, we wish the fuck you would take that shit down. Call her Popo. And you know what's funny? That's my grandma name. I just realized that was my grandma name. But she spelled it Portia, like Portia. That grandma that I made a video about she passed away at this house that we're living in, and I helped her cross over. Her, Portia, my mama's mama. That's funny as shit. Popo. It's funny because we call her Po. We call her Po. Yeah, don't make me call Popo. Facts. Not every ancestor has your highest good. Facts. And that was definitely something that I had to work out with my grandma, my mom's mom. I had to tell her straight up. She was very apologetic when she passed. She came to me within about a few days of her passing and just apologized. And she realized, like, because when you do get onto the other side, like, you're given that non-human clarity. So, like, you are able to see things more clearly, but you're still living in that same spirit and that energy. You know what I'm saying? Because the energy, it still exists within you. So you still have to do your elevation and your healing work to get yourself back how you should be. But at the same time, they can be apologetic and they can see the wrongdoing. But it doesn't mean that they're necessarily safe. But I appreciated her coming through and apologizing. Because she could really see. And she felt guilty. And that's a lot of the reason why I had to help her cross over, is because she was stuck in that room that she passed over. We had the guest room. So we put her up in there when she was in the kind of that space of transitioning. So she was still in that room. So after she had passed, like some weeks afterwards, I would walk by there because my bathroom is right across the hall. And I started to notice, like, she was still in there and she was like sitting on the floor, or she would just kind of be really depressed. Her head was like hung low. And then, like, after like the third time of me noticing it, my spirits was like, she's in there. I was like, oh, she hasn't left. She's still there. And intuitively, I felt like it was because she had a lot of shame and she had a lot of guilt around, like, her being a narcissist and causing trauma in the family, and it was affecting me negatively, and the harm that she caused my mom and the harm that she caused the family, and you know, it was a lot of stuff, you know, marrying men who were abusive to your children and might have been, you know, a little bit on a little weird shit, you know, not believing your children when they tell you stuff, wanting to ignore it and be neglectful. She was very apologetic. She was like, yeah, I was fucked up, bitch. So I was like, you know, Poe, I love you, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust you. And when, you know, it's been almost like 3 years since she's passed. She's still working, but I have definitely noticed there has been some improvement. So I do let her come and give me messages of love and stuff. She does send me messages through TikTok and synchronicities and things like that. I allow it, but I do keep a respectful, you know, I do keep a respectful distance. It's gotten to the point now where my more elevated ancestors do allow her to come through to me and talk to her more, because she's doing the work. She's taking the accountability. I gotta still visit those Akashic records. Man, the Akashic records are funny. One thing about the Akashic records, you gotta have the right heart space to be able to access it. I don't know how, but one time I snuck in there. I don't know how I got in there, but they kicked me out. I was in a dream. I woke up from a dream. They kicked me out. I guess I astral projected. I don't know. I know for a fact I wasn't in there trying to read nobody else's Akashic records. I know that I went in there for mine. So when I got in there, I was like, let me get in here, because I know I'm not supposed to be in here. I don't know how I bypassed security. I don't know how the fuck I got in there. I don't remember that part. I don't know how I got in there. But there was there was an owl, and there was this animal. It looked like a zebra, but it wasn't a zebra. Like the animal that it closely related to, that is like an actual real animal here, is a zebra. That's the best that I could describe. It looked like a zebra, but it wasn't a zebra. They were like guarding the floor in that area. Like, think about a library. Like, you know how libraries have little sections. Like, you have the children area, you have the young author section, you have like the nonfiction section. So I was in like a little specific area of the library where I knew my book was gonna be, and I was like, let me hurry up and get in there, because I want to, you know what I'm saying? And as soon as I got to my section where the book was, I looked over, and the owl and the owl was standing at the end of the thing. And it was like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here. How did you get in here? Girl, they chased me out of there. I got kicked out of the Akashic records. And I remember specifically the owl was like, you have to earn your way in here. How did you get in here? You don't belong in here. You have to earn your way in here. I guess my heart was not in the right space when I went in there. I went in there to be nosy or get some tea, or maybe I was trying to sneak in there and get some inside scoop on something. I needed help, bitch. I was like, bitch, I need to figure something out. Something ain't right. Let me go into my book and see what the fuck. So they kicked me out. They chased me out of there, bitch. When I said they chased me out of there, they ran me out of there, bitch. I'm like that with my mom. She transitioned last year. Understandable. Yeah. I was like, I love you, but I don't trust you. I ain't gonna lie. And I did have a dream that confirmed that. I had a dream that at first she was trying to use me to kind of like clear her guilt and her conscience around the trauma that she caused my mom and her aunt, her daughters. Because I remember I was in the dream, she was in the wheelchair, and she was like telling me where to go with the wheelchair, but I was following behind my aunt and my mom, and she was just like, follow them and go over here, and let's do over this. Like, she was using me to like do stuff with them, and I didn't like that. So that was my confirmation in the spirit, because I started to feel like she was using me, and my spirit was kind of giving me like a hint towards that. And then probably that same day or within that same week, I had a dream, and that was my confirmation of my ancestors like, hey, she's kind of using you, pull back from that. So you know, guilt doesn't mean that you're coming from a good place. It just means that you're guilty. You feel guilty about it, and I don't want that energy, you know. So only when she's really ready. That was like a year ago. So, you know, I've noticed some improvement, but I still do kind of be like, I still don't know if I trust you. You know, she's working on it. With the owl, the scene from Avatar. Ooh, what scene? I'm about to see if they can find it on YouTube. My spirit kind of low-key been wanting me to like rewatch like little anime shows and stuff. I'm gonna put that on my list. I'm gonna put Avatar on my list. types of experience with friends. Men shown very specific things in dreams. Yeah, like they'll show you somebody's real intentions. Because I be struggling with like trusting myself. Like, oh, I don't want to be mean as my grandma. Like, what if she really is trying to reconcile? Like, what if she do really, like, you know, she really is sorry. Like, I don't want to push her away because, like, I need help. What if she's trying to help me? But my spirits had to, they're like, trust how you feel. Book 2, when the gang went to the library to find out about the solar eclipse. Ooh, noted. They go to a library in the desert. Good watch. Ooh, noted. I'm gonna look up Avatar, Akashic Records, desert. I'm gonna look that up. That reminds me of SpongeBob too, when SpongeBob was hopping from everybody's dream to dream, and when he found Gary was in the Akashic Records. That's why he was very tall like that, and he had that purple robe on. He looked like he was like some kind of royal high priestess or something. Yeah, Gary was given like high priest almost in that, like low-key, like, oh, spirits show me the Hierophant card. Like Gary was given Hierophant high priest energy when he had that purple thing on and he had his collar flipped up. Gary was in the Akashic Records. That's why when he was like, Gary was in the Akashic Records, baby. But it also makes sense too, because I feel like Gary is supposed to be the equivalent of a cat. So it makes sense that if Gary is technically like a cat, if he's technically supposed to be SpongeBob's cat, it makes sense that he was in the Akashic Records, because cats are very like spiritual and ethereal, highly evolved beings. So it makes sense that Gary was there. Can your ancestors restrict access to you from other ancestors? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like just when my grandma, they're like, Sometimes they'll let, in my personal experience, they'll let certain ancestors come through to maybe give you information, or they will allow them to pass a message and stuff like that. It's kind of like that toxic family member. It's like, all right, come on, answer the phone. I'll let you talk to your daddy on the phone. He's begging me to talk to you, but you're not going to have a relationship with him. I'm just doing this to appease them. I'm doing it to be nice. I'm letting them speak their heart. I'm letting them speak their little truth. But nah, that don't mean that you're going to be hanging out with him on the weekend. That don't mean that I'm going to let you, that don't mean that I'm going to let him come pick you up and take you out for ice cream. No. I'm going to let him talk to you on FaceTime and say, hey, but y'all not hanging out. He's not coming to pick you up. You're not doing no sleepovers. Like, it's not that. But I'll let him talk to you on the phone or something. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you talk to him on the jail call. But yeah, they definitely will restrict your access for sure. If that ancestor doesn't mean you any harm, or if you're just not in the right space to be talking to them, yeah, they will protect you. Your protection and your mental and emotional well-being is of their highest priority. Is of your highest priority. And that's another great way too to know if your elevated ancestors, or if the ancestors or spirits that you're talking to, if they really mean you well. They should not be talking to you in a shameful way. Hey, boo-boo. They should not be talking to you in a shameful way. They should not be like, if you feel like you're talking to them and, you know, two things could be happening. One, you could be talking to an ancestor that is just raggedy as fuck, and that's how they talk to you. Or you might just have a little bit more of trauma to unpack. Because sometimes my ancestors who had the highest intentions for me, they were talking to me, but like my mind was so full of trauma that like when they were saying stuff to me out of love, my mind was filtering it in a way of like how my parents would talk to me when I was going through a lot of trauma. So like it was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. That's why I tell y'all, don't be afraid of getting it wrong. Don't be afraid of having miscommunication with your spirits. Like, it's gonna happen. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. I always wondered about that. About what? Which spirits are talking to you? I feel like ancestors restrict my son's dad, ancestors from accessing him at times. Probably. Because they be trying to come and they be trying to fuck up the program, baby. You be surprised, honey. Them little raggedy ass ancestors, they be wanting like them people over there, they ain't did no work, they ain't did no healing, they ain't got no elevation or nothing going on. And sometimes they be jealous, like they got their kids and their kids got their life going on, and their kids not doing what they supposed to be doing with their life, and they jealous, and they got their kids and they in competition with you. talking to ancestors. Oh, you're in the right place. You're talking to the ancestor whisperer over here, baby. But yeah, they will definitely do that because they'll try to come in and sabotage it, baby. They'll try to come in and sabotage. And speaking of my great grandma, I don't know if y'all was on the live earlier, but when I was telling people about how it shows up when you're working with ancestors who don't mean you well, like your life will start to kind of like fall apart and things will just get mixed up and twisted up. Like I kind of felt like she was kind of helping my family be a part of the spiritual warfare. Like I felt like she was giving them inside information because I was venerating her for like 3 years. I was actively working with her for like 3 years, and I felt like she was a mole inside of the camp because I started to feel like, I'm like, damn, how do they know this stuff? Like I feel like there's a spy. I just felt like something was off. And once I started to say that to my spirit team, that's when I started to get revealed that like, hey, she low-key is a op, bro. We got to get her out of here. And baby, once I said seize her, I'm talking about they went and they grabbed her, baby. They pulled her away. She's like, no, she was like, no, I'm sorry. No. I found out they was paying her. They was paying her for, whoever was working me was using her. They was paying her to give me inside information. What she got planned, what's her spiritual gifts, who she working, what's she doing. They was using her to be a mole. She gets deep, bro. She get real deep. The shit get real deep. I had to learn though. It was definitely a grab them and hold them. Baby, when I'm talking about, I said seize her. Baby, they swarmed in, they scooped her from under her arm, and they dragged her down to this hallway. And then the room that they were in, they dragged her out of the room, and then the door shut behind them. And I was just like, ooh. They took her somewhere. I was like, ooh. Baby, I ain't heard from her since. She tried to send little signs, trying to apologize. I was ignoring the fuck out of it. I think she got the hint. I don't fuck with you. This ain't that and that ain't this. Must have been tough. I was like, oof. I ain't gonna lie. And I had a mentor at the time where I was talking to her about it. And she was like, it sounds like you need to grieve. Because I was feeling depressed about it. I was just like, I felt so betrayed. 3 years I was working with her. I couldn't believe it. And that whole time, I just felt it was just odd. It was just an odd thing because it was like she was helping me, but she wasn't at the same time. Yeah, I had to grieve that. I had to really sit with that. Oof. Oof. It's all a learning experience. It's all a learning experience. It was just odd because they like her and my great granddad was like one of the ones who did kind of like when my mom was waging the spiritual warfare against me. Like they came to me in a dream and we was in my grandma's backyard. And it was my great granddaddy, her husband, and her. They were standing next to each other. We was in the backyard standing by the shed. And I'm in the dream. I'm like, what y'all doing here? Like, what's going on? And they were like, here, we're giving you this. It was like an index card and it was folded in half. And they were like, here, we're giving you this. And I'm like, giving me what? I'm like, what is this? They were like, it's a warning. So it was like they were helping me. But like, I guess when it came down to it, there was only so much help they could give me. Yeah, very much shout out to my team. That's why, baby, when they ask me for something, I do it. Because when I ask for something, when I need something, they come through. So when they need me to come through, they need me to do something, I make sure I come through. And when I'm being selfish and I'm not really kind of holding up my end, they'll tighten me up. They'll tighten my little screws up. I'll be like, oh, damn. They're like, listen, we need you to do this because it helps not only you, but it helps us. Like, if you're battling spiritual warfare and you need to take a cleanse, what do you think that means for us? I was like, oh, they're like, exactly. So it's like, if you're crossed up and you're twisted up, that means we're crossed up and we're twisted up too. And we're trying to help your black ass. I was like, oh, shit. They be giving me that extra strength, that extra honey. I'm like, damn. So when they got me up this morning and I noticed there won't nobody home, like still right now, I've had the house to myself all day. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? I know that that's happened because my offerings and stuff and the work that I've been doing over this past week. Like I did 3 days of fasting this past week. Like Monday I did a 1-day fast. And then I did 2 days of fasting on, what day was that? On Friday and Saturday I fasted. Friday and Saturday I fasted, and I broke my fast at the end of the day on Saturday. On sundown, after the sun went down, I broke my fast. They needed me to do that. It was hard. It was rough. I was like, ooh, shit. I feel like I was going crazy, but I needed that. Because fast forward a couple days this week now, the spiritual warfare and stuff was coming through. They needed me to have that clarity. And it was like, they needed me to clear the channel. I've been called to clear the channel. If you've been called to fast, I hate to say it, this might be on sign. I know you don't want to do it. I know you don't want to hear it. But I've never regretted doing a fast. Never. Especially when I need money and stuff to come through. If there's strongholds over me. And even what you can do is like, you can just start with one day. Just take, because with a fast, you got to take it one day at a time. You have to. You have to take it one day at a time. I don't do dry fasting. Baby, that's hard. I can't. I know better though. It is. And you got to ask yourself, by me not doing what I need to do, who am I really serving? Who am I helping? Who am I helping to come against me? Because that's one thing about it. When it's time to do your fast, oh baby, that spirit will convince you to do everything but fast. It will try to convince you. It will try, oh no, I don't need to do it. Oh, I'll do it another day. No. Because that energy trying to hold on to you. It's trying to hold on to you. Ooh, I'm having deja vu. I'm telling you, just take it one day at a time. That's all you can do anyway. I know, I did. Baby, that's one thing they got me do, baby. I don't got this Gemini and Mercury for nothing. Or Mercury and Gemini. I don't got this Mercury and Gemini for nothing, baby. I had that download a few times this year. Get it done. And all you can do is just take it one day at a time. Don't try to project yourself out. Because they'll have me do like, either like a 1 day fast, or they'll have me do 3 days. If it's something serious, we gotta go 3 days. The longest I fasted was 4 days. I started to get delirious, I ain't gonna lie. And the spiritual energy coming, it'd be so potent. Like, I can't do anything but lay in the bed. It's intense. Them fasts be intense, bro. Like, you really do gotta be ready. All I can say is just take it 1 day at a time. Hey, just take it 1 day at a time. If you start to feel weak, go get you like some fruit juice or something. Like, I started to feel weak, and I had like I have a jar of pears. And it's like the pears are sitting in juice, baby. I went and I took that jar and I sipped on that juice. Ooh, baby, the life came back to me. And drink you some tea. If you gotta drink some juice, bitch. Just don't break your fast. Just don't eat nothing. Okay? If you can't just do water, you know what I'm saying? Hey. More than a few times for me, and they'll just be like, all right, little girl. Baby, they hate it. And my ancestors do this thing. They be like, okay, we got something for that. We got something for you. Oh, you want to fast? Oh, we got something for that. Spiritual warfare, bitch. Bam! On your head. Now I'm forced to. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, the only way I know I can get through this is through a fast. I be like, damn. The time is going to pass anyway. The time is gonna pass anyway. I fasted 8 days. The last day I found out my mother passed. Ooh, see? She might have needed to go. Them fast. Baby, one thing about them fasts, every single person I hear that fast, like, for extended amount of time, people be passing away, bro. People be dying. I be like, what the fuck? People be dying, bitch. They be dying. And what you can do, too, in order to avoid having to do like 3 days or 4 days at a time, you can do what my spirits had me. They're like, you can just do fast 1 day a week. That will help. Is the energy loaded? I feel super heavy and I can't shake it. 219. I would go do a cleanse. Go take you a spiritual bath or a shower. But again, if you can't shake it, you just came on here right when we started talking about fasting. I would do a 1 day fast. Start there and see what happens. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Welcome. Will force me to rest by making me twist an ankle. Oh, shit. That's crazy. No, they will definitely sit your ass down. When when my ancestors wanted me to sit down, the bottom of my left foot started hurting so bad. It felt like I had a knot. And it was like super sore. It was like right on that. It was like right on that little paddy part of my foot, oh my God, it was hurting so bad. I couldn't even walk and stand. I said, oh, this is my sign to sit down. As soon as I sat down, the pain went away. As soon as I sat down, I laid down and rested, the pain went away. Maybe I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And it was like, sit down. Yeah, don't do it. They'll get you sick. They'll hurt you. They'll twist your ankle up. Sit the fuck down. And I'll still be moving as soon as it stops hurting. Oh, God. Sometimes we can't help it, child. You gotta get, man. I'd be scared they're gonna make it worse. I'd be like, ooh. And knowing how my people do it, they'll do it when you least expect it. They'll do it when you think they let it go. Right when you think they let it go and they forgot about it, or right when you think you're in the clear, that's when they hit your ass with it. Right when you think they forgot about it, boom, here they come. Bam! Teas and dates. Tea and dates, is that okay? That's good. That's a fast. You could do, there's different types of fast. You have water fast, you have a dry fast, which is like absolutely nothing. No water, no tea, no liquid, nothing. Like you just straight fasting. Then you have your water fast, which is self-explanatory. Then you have a juice fast. You have fruit fasts, you know. Then they have things, they have like the Daniel fast, where it's like you only eat like carbs and protein, or like a balanced meal. Like Daniel fast is like no sugar and no, like, you know, junk food and soda and stuff. There's different types of fasts, but how me and my people do it, it's a water fast. Ooh, 333 on the timer. It's usually water and tea, and if I get super weak, they'll have me go sip on some fruit juice, like just a couple, just 1 or 2 little swigs, because you don't want to chug like a whole thing of apple juice, because you'll fuck around and get a headache, because that shit is sugary as fuck. So it's like if you've been fasting and then you go and drink a bottle of something that's real sugary, you're gonna get a headache like a motherfucker. Like, you're gonna be suffering. You're gonna wish you ain't do that. They be so tired. Girl, they do. They do. I've had to ask my ancestors for forgiveness more than once for being disobedient. I'm talking about when you're... My people do this thing where it's like, when I'm not being obedient and they need me to do something like a fast or something, or they need me to get up and do a cleanse and I'm resisting it, I can feel the anger, like my body, like they'll just get so angry, so viscerally angry, and I can feel it in my body and in my bones. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh fuck, they're mad. Oh, they're mad at me. They're mad. I'm like, fuck. Just last week. Yeah. Sometimes we be the ones in our own way. Sometimes they need to do stuff, but we be the ones in the way, bitch. We be the ones in the way. Yeah, and I'm telling you, as soon as you do what you need to do, it's like the whole world open up. I be like, wow. Damn. But yeah, we've been on here chit-chatting. I don't know if they want me to come back on here tonight, but I think, excuse me, I think that's all we got right now, y'all. We're gonna take a break. I haven't been on live this long in a minute. It's been like a couple hours I haven't been on here. So what y'all want me to do, Spirit? Yeah, we'll take a break. I don't know if we'll come back tonight, but it'll be definitely later on this week. At some point we'll be back. It's only Monday. You said yes, take a break. I loved your vibe. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. Look, it's 25 y'all in the chat. I know that's right. Look, no wonder they told me to go live. Look, y'all done blew my shit up. I ain't never had as many likes in my chat before. Look at y'all. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate everybody for being here. I thank y'all. Everybody who got a reading. Everybody who just was in here chatting. It was nice to meet a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all was new. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Sacred Temple 3. If you want a reading from me, if you want to contact me, if you want to work one-on-one, you can get a one-on-one session from me. I have all my digital resources in there. I got that shadow work guide. I have an ancestral money prayer. I got a guide on how to work with Ase and Expedite. If you join the email club, you'll get a free digital guide that I created on getting you more comfortable with being seen, why it is important for you to be seen, why your creativity is important, why embracing your creativity and sharing your creativity is important. That's a free guide that you get from just joining the email club. Speaking of email club, I might need to, I gotta see, do I want to send out an email? I haven't sent out an email in about a week for the email club. I'll see. That's one of those things I try not to force. I just kind of do things. Thank y'all for the gifts and stuff. Thank you, Cornelius. Yeah, that's all my plugs. That's all my plugs. That's my plugs. I have a Patreon. I have the YouTube. Yeah, email club, all that good shit. Yeah, so I'll catch y'all later. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Y'all be breezy. Y'all be easy. Go do what y'all need to do, okay? Whatever confirmation y'all receive, whatever is stuff you need to go handle, go do it. What's your YouTube? Cosmic Mother 21. Is the YouTube... Is my YouTube in my... I think my YouTube is on my website. Let me see. Yeah, so when you click... Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this little thing will come up when you click that link in my bio. And then, like, you know, the little social icons. My YouTube is up there. I want to see, did I put it actually on the... I haven't looked at my website in a second. In like a week. Yeah, I don't think it's on the... Okay, the YouTube isn't on the actual website, but when you go to... It'll be there. It'll be there. It'll be there. My higher self was funny. She's like, bitch, it'll be there. Yeah, the little social icons. And then that's where you can join the email club, and then you'll get your little free guide. You give too many fucks. Your sacred soul visibility guide. But yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. I thank y'all. I feel called to post more. Hell yeah, you need to join in that right now. Period. Period. Yeah, as of right now, we have a couple hundred people. Just found the YouTube. Okay, period. Look at you, Cornelius. You right on it. Yeah, Cosmic Mother 21. And... Or no. No, I lied. I changed my YouTube name to Sacred Temple 3. Trying to rebrand. You know what I'm saying? Make everything all lined up. It was Cosmic Mother 21. It's Sacred Temple 3 with the number 3. Same as my same as my username. Same, you know. You'll know it's me. You'll see my face. Yeah, I forgot I did change my YouTube name. So everything can match. All the names can match. FYP sent me here. You have a nice community here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's funny you say that, because I've been kind of slowly working with my ancestors. I'm like, whenever y'all have the capacity, because there's a lot going on the back end over here. I'm working on getting the fuck up out of here real soon. So it's a lot going on. But yeah, we're definitely trying to get to the point where we're getting grounded and being able to build a sustainable community. But I think I got something solid going on right now. You know what I'm saying? We working on it. We building it from the ground up. So I appreciate y'all. Well, that's my cue. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love y'all.